Alright guys, I am back and this is my WWE Battleground 2013 review. And this pay-per-view in general was very boring. I really, when this pay-per-view was on, I fell asleep, bored. I was on Twitter most of the time tweeting. I was just texting my friends, stuff like that. I think I was chatting on the phone to some of my friends. I was that bored with this pay-per-view. I had to just chat to some of my friends on my phone and just stuff like that. You know, I actually I actually played a bit of GTA. I actually did play a bit of GTA earlier today. Well, not earlier today. When this pay-per-view was on, because I didn't watch this live. Well, I didn't get to watch this live last night, but I did watch it today. I did watch the repeats and stuff. So I did get to watch this pay-per-view. Overall, this pay-per-view, I thought the mission I did in GTA was more better than this pay-per-view. But anyway, so the show starting off with a pre-show. It's Dolph versus Sandow, and so the pre-show match, the YouTube pre-show, Dolph versus Sandow, and I thought so. On the panel, the pre-show panel is Matthews, Tensai, Titus O'Neil, and The Miz, and they run down the card and stuff. So this is a good match here. Dolph hits a Fame After on Sandow. Sandow kicks out. Sandow tries a net breaker. Dolph kicks out. Then Dolph works on Sandow's leg. Gets the win. Hits zigzag for the win. Hits zigzag for the win. Gets the win. And I don't know where WWE team are going with Sandow and Dolph. I don't know if they want them to have a feud they want to continue the feud at Hell in a Cell, or they want to just finish it here. Overall, I think this should have been on the. Why was this not on the pay-per-view? This Sandow versus Dolph match. I mean, we could have had the IC title match between R-Truth and Curtis Axel on the pre-show instead of Sandow versus Dolph, two talented wrestlers, two people right now who are underrated in WWE, and in my opinion, it should be in the main event scene. You got Damien Sandow, Mr. Money in the Bank, and you're not building him up, and Dolph, you've been treating him like shit for months, and then finally came for his losing streak last night. That was what's good for business. But anyway, so we got into the actual. So the first match on the official Battleground show is for the world title. It's a hardcore match. It's RVD versus Del Rio, and this is a good match here. RVD hits Roll of Thunder. RVD throws Del Rio onto the ladder. Tries to hit Roll of Thunder. Del Rio rolls out the ring. Then Del Rio puts RVD in the armbar, but Ricardo comes in with the bucket and hits him over the head. Then RVD hits a fast cross splash off the apron onto Del Rio from the outside. Then at the end of the match, Del Rio has a chair, hits a drop toe hold. Then he puts the I think it's his left arm, RVD's left arm into the chair. He's pulling it back. RVD taps. So I'm glad that RVD put over Del Rio, but I don't like Del Rio. I'm just getting really tired of Del Rio's world champion. But now I don't know if they're going to continue this. Are they going to have one final match, RVD and Del Rio at Hell in a Cell? But I did hear rumors that RVD is going to take some time off after this pay-per-view. So I don't know how long for, but you know, if RVD needs a rest, you know, you've done well. I mean, you've main evented Money in the Bank. You had a pre-show match. You've teamed up with Big Show, and you've been in this Deep Bryan storyline. So you know, you've had some good matches with Randy Orton. So if you need some time off RVD, it's well deserved. So yeah, I don't know who Del Rio's going to feud with next. Hopefully Christian again, or maybe Sheamus when he comes back, or I don't know. Who else is there to feud with Del Rio? I mean, we haven't got that many babyfaces on SmackDown to Del Rio to feud with, because RVD's having some time off now. I mean, Jericho, I heard that he's coming back this month, so I hope that maybe we can have an RVD Jericho feud. Not RVD Jericho feud. A Del Rio and RVD feud. Del Rio and Jericho feud. I'm getting confused here. And then we see a second backstage. Zeb puts down Buffalo. Second match tonight is a tag team match. It's the Great Khali and Santino versus the Real Americans. It was an okay match here. It wasn't, it's just two tag teams that I mean, they just. I guess that Santino and Khali are going to be a new tag team now, which is good. I'm glad that Dirty Crazy Team are focusing on the tag team division now with having the Lost Matadors debut last week and putting Santino and Khali together, and also Natalia was at ringside with Great Khali, so I don't know if they're if she's not going to be, if they've broken up, maybe not. They're not going to be at ringside. I don't know if she was at ringside last week on Raw, but she went at ringside here. But anyway, Cesaro, Cesaro work on the Khali's legs. Then we see Santino hits a crossbody on Swagger. Then Khali hits a chop when Swagger's dangling on the apron. Then he falls off the apron. Then Santino he hits a crossbody. Then Cesaro works on Khali's legs. Then Cesaro hits the Cesaro swing, which he swings him around the ring, swings Khali around the ring, and this got really impressive. I hope WWE Creativity push Cesaro and Swagger. I hope they push Cesaro because of what he did tonight, what he did last night. Because in that tag match when he did that Cesaro swing on the Great Khali. I mean, Great Khali is a big dude, so I'm glad that WWE Creativity are, I'm glad that Cesaro, did that, did this Cesaro swing on Khali, and I did hear on that main event show on Wednesdays. I know the Real Americans had a match with Tonto Bronco, and I know Cesaro did that Cesaro swing to Tensai in a tag match, and I heard it was really impressive. So I'm gonna actually watch main event this Wednesday and see what it's all about. Yeah, I don't watch main event if you guys don't know. The third match tonight was for the IC title. It was Axel defending against R-Truth. I had to get the coffee up for this one. This was so boring. Anyway, Chris Axel's the net break for the win. That was it. Fourth match tonight, Divas title on the line. AJ Lee defending against Brie Bella with Tamina at ringside. Again, I don't know how long has Tamina been at ringside with AJ Lee. Has she been there a couple of weeks? Because I haven't been paying attention. I don't know if it's me, but I don't know. I don't know how long. I don't know where this new alliance came. Where this alliance, was between. I didn't know that Tamina and I don't know where else this alliance formed between AJ and Tamina. I don't really get that. Like, where did they form this new alliance? Then we see Renee backstage interview Dusty Rose. Dusty says that tonight Cody and Goldust are going to win tonight. Goldust says that him and Cody are going to beat the Shield tonight and get their jobs back. The fifth match tonight is a tag team match. It's Goldust and Cody versus Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins from the Shield. And this was a really good match here. I thought probably one of my favorite matches of the night. I thought this was, a real good match. One of my favorite matches of the night. The crowd was red hot for this match. I think they was really excited for this match, and we had the crowd, the fans were chanting. When Goz came in after he got the hot tag off Cody, said the fans were saying, "You still got it." And I got fans chanting that. They chanted that when Jericho came back at the Royal Rumble, and I'm glad that they chanted that here. And Goldust got a great pop here. I think Goldust was really over here with at Battleground last night. So was Cody as well. So we see Goldust and Cody hit a few tag team moves. Then we see Cody hit a disaster kick on Reigns. Then we see Goldust and Reigns are brawling. Then we had Seth Rollins and Cody. They was doing a bit of they was brawling in the ring. Then we see Cody hit a moonsault off the top rope onto Rollins. Then Dean Ambrose tries to distract Cody, but Dusty throws him off the apron. Hits a bionic elbow on Ambrose, which was okay, I guess. Then Goldust and Reigns are still brawling. Then we see then Cody hits a crossroads on Rollins for the win. So this was a good match here. This was a really good match here, and this was a really built-up feud. I mean, they built this up really well. Cody getting fired by the corporation or whatever they're called now. I don't know what they're called. What did they call themselves? The announcers called the corporation a new name. What was it? I can't remember what it was. If you guys know what that new name was, what the corporation was called, leave a comment about that. But anyway, we see Seth backstage. Mertz says that Mertz tells Vicky that Vince and Triple H have left the arena because of some meeting, and Mertz asks Vicky if she can, if she can help him run the show. She just laughs at him. Sixth match tonight is Bray Wyatt versus Kofi. This was an okay match here. And why did Bray once again? He did this at SummerSlam. He was doing a lot of selling with Kofi. He was selling Kofi's slots to the chest. He was selling, Kofi. He was doing a lot of selling. Remember, this is Kofi Kingston, the guy who's gonna just be a mid-carder and a tag team wrestler. Why are you selling for that dude? What are WWE Creative thinking? This is so stupid. What the hell are you doing? But anyway, Bray did get the win. He hit a Sister Abigail for the win. I'm glad that Bray Wyatt's got a mini feud with Kofi. I know it's not the best feud ever, but I'm glad that I'm glad that WWE Creative finally do something with Bray Wyatt. He's great on the mic and he's a talented wrestler. And he can, fly around the ring for a guy his size, which is really good. And I'm glad that WWE Creative are just not, I'm glad that they haven't, lost hope in the White family, which is good. The seventh match tonight is Ryback versus CM Punk. Boring. Did anybody else think that this match was boring? I thought it was boring. And you shouldn't be bored from a CM Punk match. From any CM Punk matches, because the last couple, since 2011, he's had some great matches with guys like Randy Orton and D. Bryan and Cena and who else has he had great matches with? The Rock and Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker and last night people wasn't even nobody cared about this match. It was boring. It was just boring. Paul Heyman tries to throw a candlestick into the ring. The ref sees it. Then Punk lowballs at Ryback for the win. Boring. The eighth match tonight is for the WWE. The eighth match tonight was for the vacated WWE title. It was D. Bryan versus Randy Orton, and and this is a real good match here, but one thing what pissed me off about this match, it wasn't the match, it was the end of the match. Yeah, I think you guys know what makes me pissed off when they do this overbooking all the time with Big Show. Like, what the fuck was he doing? Like, they had Big Show knock out D. Bryan, then he knocked out this other ref, which was the ref who started the match. Then he knocked out Scott Armstrong, the guy who screwed D. Bryan, screwed Randy Orton at Night Champions. Then Matt sends him down, sends Scott's, what's his face down. Then he knocks out Orton. Why are they focusing on the Big Show? Is he going for who is fighting for the world title here? D. Bryan and Randy Orton or the Big Show? Let me think about this. Is it Big Show? No. It's D. Bryan and Randy Orton fighting for the WWE title. Not Big Show. It's D. Bryan and Randy Orton. Why, Big Show, do you have to do why does WWE Creative Team always think about overbooking their main events? Like, that's something what you'll see in TNA or something. Shout out TNA. But anyway, I just didn't like that. So that's my review of WWE Battleground 2013. What do you guys think about the show? Did you actually like the show? Did you actually watch the show? Did anybody care about the show? Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Leave a comment in the comment section below, guys. And thanks for watching, guys. Brag out.